Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixelbirds here, and welcome back to Ace's Ring Investigations 2. When we left off, we played chess with that man over there. That bad man up top in the red.
Yep.
And we're realizing that he does know what's going on. He's got some evil tricks hiding up his sleeve.
Oh, absolutely.
I just realized there's an empty seat up there. Oh, wait, yeah, because
she's dead.
Yeah. That's an easy... That's
why.
Case closed. Easiest case in Ace Attorney history.
Why is there an empty seat?
But now we've got to have our meeting about our future as Edgeworth non-prosecutor. I don't know what's supposed to happen since I already quit, but
yeah, like
okay.
his badge wasn't taken from him. He gave it up.
Exactly. But we'll see what they do to us.
But something that I was going to say about
yes.
Sebastian. I think one way to break his brain even more than it's already broken is tell him that he's the best at being an idiot. Like, how would he feel? You know?
Yeah. Or it could be like, you're the best at being the worst.
Oh my God, that would really... that would really break his brain.
Poor
he's
kid.
Like, I'm the worst, but I'm the best at the worst. But I'm still the worst, but I'm the best. You would just,
oh, the poor boy.
Smoke would come out of his ears.
You're just like,
poor kid.
It's like, uh-oh. 10 members of prison. No quorum has been met. From here on out, let the council begin. Today's deliberation shall be about Miles Edgeworth's aptitude and ability as a prosecutor. Let the members discuss this matter with a clear conscience of the goddess of law.
It's like some cult.
Yeah, clear conscience. Don't make me laugh. Courtney, please give us your report.
Oh, I didn't warm up. Oops.
That's all right.
On April 5th, Prosecutor Edgeworth carried out an illegal investigation and resisted arrest. He was arrested by 2 of our members who caught him in act, myself and Blaze the Best. Prosecutor Edgeworth disrupted the investigation of attorney Jill Crane's murder. He claims that the culprit, Kay Faraday, was arrested without sufficient evidence.
Yes.
Even now, his claim remains unchanged.
Yes. Tell us more about
rough.
the murder incident. That was fine.
No, it's not. On April 5th, the victim's body was found here in the P.I.C. meeting room. Regarding the details...
Sebastian the best prosecutor, will enlighten you.
The prosecutor in charge, Sebastian the Best, will explain the rest of the details. Hold on to your seats.
I didn't even get started yet. Would you? The murder happened on the night of April 4th. The victim was one Jill Crane. On the same night, a black market auction was being held in this very meeting room.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Why did they put a blue? Why was one of them wearing a blue? I can't. I don't like that.
No.
I guess Miss Crane was taking part in the auction. Yep.
You guess? The murder occurred in the middle of the auction, did it not?
When Miss Crane was found, she was dressed like the conductor of the auction. However, based on the fact that the auction continued after the murder occurred, I deduced that Miss Crane could not have been the conductor. You weren't the one who made that deduction.
Sebastian, please show everyone the basis for the arrest of the culprit.
You got it, Justine. Kay Faraday was unable to bear the weight of her good conscience.
I believe you mean her guilty conscience.
Yes, it was her guilty conscience that drove her to confess the crime. According to her confession, on the roof of this building, she met a figure in a red raincoat on the viewing platform. So Crane was wearing a red raincoat.
Yes, that's correct. The culprit used the conductor's clothes as a red herring to mislead us. Literally. At the time of the murder, Miss Crane was wearing a red raincoat.
It was I who discovered the raincoat near this building. You did? I'm sure it was the forensics team who found it.
To be more precise, it was the forensics team under Sebastian's orders who discovered it.
I thought as much. According to the blood analysis, the person in the red raincoat and Miss Crane were the same person. The decisive evidence is the culprit's own confession. She testified that she killed her. That's right, the culprit is Kay Faraday. It couldn't have been anyone else but her. Well then, Edgeworth, you have any objections? Let's hear them. I have no objections. I see. Seems all the fight's gone out here after your little overnight stay.
Well,
I have no objections to your claim that I investigated illegally. I admit to that. However, I object to the claim that Kay is the culprit.
Oh boy. I will testify that Sebastian's investigation was fair and just.
Of course it was, Justine. Don't you know that I'm the fairest of them all?
What?
Edgeworth, my boy, despite how things may seem, I actually kind of like you. If, and this is just an if, you see, if you were to withdraw on your objection, you might be sitting on this side of the bench tomorrow.
Huh?
I'll ask you one more time, Edgeworth. Do you have any objections? Don't take me for a fool.
Is he bribing him?
That's what it would seem.
I'd advise you to watch what you say.
This man is the one who should watch what he's saying. I'm talking about the case, not about a chair. I demand a testimony. By all means, let me hear it. I want to know how the P.I.C. understands this case. A testimony from us, huh? Fine then. That's what it takes to make you happy. Courtney, give him the terrors from the investigation.
Sir, but that's...
It's the end of the line for him. I'll let him go out in a blaze of glory.
If you insist, Mr. Chairman.
Evidence, yay! Why don't we have Courtney give the testimony?
Literally throws the evidence at his
objections.
face.
Is it all the old stuff? Yeah, it is. That's
Yay.
still a lot of stuff. Jesus Christ.
It is.
All right. No objections.
Like that stuffed animal, I still don't get how that...
It's gonna play a part somehow.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Don't worry, Kay. You just watch from over there. Summary of the case.
Miss Crane went to the black market auction as a customer.
Okay.
The red raincoat was one of the items up for auction.
Okay, interesting.
We believe that she left her seat after winning the bid for it. Oh, the red raincoat was from the assassination attempt.
And I figure that it's that must be what was on the mannequin that was empty over there. I was thinking that for a while. I didn't have any confirmation it was there, but that does a thing, so. Oh, this is you.
Oh, I thought I read it already. Oh.
Did you?
The only exit from the storeroom is the hatch that leads to the viewing platform. Miss Crane went out to the viewing platform where she was attacked by Kay Faraday. That was how she met her end. That concludes my summary of the case.
The red raincoat was up for auction. Is that a fact?
It is quite likely the red raincoat had been a piece of evidence. In the assassination attempt on the president of Zhengfa, as you well know.
I figured.
Originally, it should have been stored in an appropriate place. When I asked about it, I learned that it went missing.
And it somehow made its way to the black market auction? Certainly a natural conclusion. My, well done, Courtney. Your explanation is as clear as ever.
I am much obliged. Prosecutor Edgeworth, will you concede defeat now?
Sorry, but no plan. But I don't plan on it.
I see. I am relieved.
Relieved? What does she mean?
What does she
Come
mean?
to think of it, her reason for questioning me yesterday remains a mystery.
Yeah.
Just what is she thinking?
It feels
No
like
one
it
knows.
feels like she's testing us.
It really does. Let's go into the black market auction as a customer. I think that one's pretty safe. The red raincoat was one of the items up for auction. I'll press that one quick. So the red raincoat was also up for auction.
Yes, it had belonged to Shelley the killer.
Based on the circumstances, we must consider there was an item up for auction, you see. That was what he wore when he targeted the president of Zhengfa. There was a mannequin that was positioned unnaturally amongst the auction goods. That may have been where the red raincoat had been on display.
That was your thought, yeah.
Do you know how the goods were procured?
We're currently investigating it, but it's none of your concern, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Soon you will be nothing more than an ordinary individual, and then you will be finished.
Seems the results of this deliberation have already been decided.
She said Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Enough about me. Please continue your testimony.
Why'd she say prosecutor? Since the raincoat had been up for auction, because before this they would all say former prosecutor or ex-prosecutor.
Yeah. When she left her seat after winning the bid for it? Sure. Why would the victim immediately leave her seat?
That had to do with how the auction was conducted. It seems that after the winning bid, the winner was required to pay for the item immediately.
That matches up with Miss Hart's testimony.
We believe that Miss Crane paid her bid for the raincoat. and then immediately tried to leave the auction.
It's the hatch that leads to the viewing platform. Well, that's technically not correct because there's the elevator, but aside from that, the other exit would be the hatch. But let's...
Well, it's not an elevator, it's a lift.
A lift, yeah.
Even though the lift goes down.
Yeah, it goes down back into the...
It's more like a... It's more
place
of a...
here, but...
It's a lower.
But it goes back up, so...
I'm calling it a lower instead of a lift. Because it lowers people, it doesn't lift people.
No, it still does. It goes up and down.
Trying to make a joke.
My bad, the victim was a P.I.C. member.
I'm trying to make a bad joke.
Couldn't she have also just left from the meeting room?
You just made it a bad sentence.
I'm sorry.
If she had done so during the auction, then its existence would have been revealed to the public.
Since Miss Hart knew about it, it seems the cat is already out of the bag.
The customers were required to enter and exit from the hatch. Miss Crane was simply following protocol. Considering where the murder took place, she must have tried to leave through there.
Viewing platform where she was attacked by Kay Faraday. Why would Kay do such a thing?
We intend to question her about that later.
Later? Seems to be your favorite time for interrogations.
No. If the culprit was aware that the customers were required to exit from the hatch, it would have been easy to lie in wait for an ambush. Miss Crane was attacked when she was leaving the hatch. That was how she met her end, and that concludes my summary of the case.
The victim encountered the culprit on top of the roof and the crime occurred there. According to her reasoning, the murder took place at the viewing platform. But was that really the case? Some piece of evidence must tell the whole story behind it. I should try looking again. Okay, so it would be... So based on that, we can say it was... right there, viewing platform was attacked by Kay Faraday. Now, I know that we have... whoops. We have the blood on the hidden lift. But... the meeting room...
I don't know why my brain thought that since the lift was on the top floor, that it's like, oh, it only goes down, but no.
It's just weird because it goes up and down, but it's only for the top floor plus the hidden floor.
Yeah.
Those are the only things that really services. But it does go both ways. Now, which one of these should I use?
To be fair, I have been awake since when?
A while.
And I worked
since
today.
Like 9, yeah. I think I'll go with... Because I thought there was something that... Because, I mean, one of these...
I've been awake for like, what, almost 17 hours now?
You've been awake for a while.
Yeah.
The only things that really prove where the crime scene would be the blood on the hidden lift or the meeting room blood. I'll go with the blood on the hidden lift. That's not it, apparently.
Ew.
God dang it. That's where there's a gun during testimony. Blah, 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 blah.
I would have picked the blood on the lift. I cannot authorize this statement. Oh.
And why not?
Because it's obvious you're bluffing.
Oh. Is that the impression I give off? Next time for sure I will present evidence that will silence her for good. I guess I'll go with maybe the giant... I guess the other option would be the giant blood splatter in the meeting room.
Yeah.
In the... Well, that doesn't... okay, I'll go with this, and then if not that, then maybe the costume trunk.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
No.
No, don't take a look at the evidence. It's bad. You can accept...
Can't accept it.
Ow! Okay. Alright.
She's nothing like Sebastian.
Back down so he says, no, let me think about this.
Thank God she's nothing like Sebastian.
The victim encountered...
We only need one Sebastian.
For real. The victim encountered the culprit on top of the roof and the crime occurred there. According to her testimony. But was that really the case? Some piece of evidence must tell the whole story behind it. I should try looking again.
I say the box. Because, like, she didn't mention the box at all. Or what it was used for or anything.
Yeah.
Like, we need to know, hey, what about this? You know?
Alright, third time's a charm, and that's the whole viewing platform.
It's like your testimony didn't include this. There's blood in it.
That's not it.
What?
anything that has blood on it that proves where the crime scene would have otherwise been is not. And that concludes my summary of the case. That doesn't, because I mean, that's the one they're saying we need to attack, is that it's the fact that she was attacked on the viewing platform, but that's what it shouldn't be. But there's nothing else I have that. Autopsy report.
Discovered in the P.I.C. meeting room.
It doesn't really do anything. Keycard record, no. Victim's letter, no. Conductor's clothes, Lotta's testimony. That doesn't really have anything about it, unfortunately.
No.
Stuffed animal. Obviously stuffed animal. This would be my only other guess. But unfortunately, if I get this wrong, it is going to be hell upon us on our health. But this is the only other thing that is that Lotta's testimony through the photo that someone screamed while in the room. That's the only other thing I got. This is gonna knock our health down to half if it's not right, but it's the only other thing that makes sense.
Oh God.
Thank you.
Hey.
Oh man. Judge Courtney, I've found it to be strange for a while now. Why is Miss Hart here with us?
She's an eyewitness to this case. Isn't it only natural for her to be in attendance? Aw, shucks. I reckon I'm more of an ear witness than an eyewitness.
Seems that gaining the trust in others isn't your strong point, Judge Courtney.
You said strong point weird. Your strong point. You always put emphasis on the wrong words when you're reading.
I do.
When you're talking, you're fine. But when you're reading, it just...
Because I'm trying to read as it's building the sentence, so it throws
Perhaps
off
I
what
simply do not wish to be as tactless as you. Oh.
It appears you have failed to get the witness to tell you the most vital information. Please look at this photo. It was taken by Miss Hart.
This photo seems to have been taken in the storeroom. And what of it?
According to your reasoning, the incident took place on the viewing platform. However, Miss Hart encountered the incident in the storeroom. That's right, it had taken place just before this photo was taken.
Well, wait! If that's true, then Justine's reasoning...
Exactly, it does not hold up.
Wait, what?
What? He just said... I want him to just do the what for once.
What? What?
Exactly.
Miss Hart, well, let me ask you again. You saw the person in the photo with your own eyes, correct?
I sure did. I seen him plain as day with my own 2 eyes.
And what did you think at the time?
I figured he was about to get me a bit. I was about to give me a big scoop, you know?
Okay.
I guess that makes sense.
That's not what I meant. What did you think of that person?
Huh? Well, I reckon she'd help me bring home the bacon. Oh my God.
Are you mocking me?
Aw, shucks, don't make that scary old face. It was just a harmless little joke. The person in the red raincoat, I reckon they were the culprit.
I understand now. The crime occurred in the...
Oh God. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I cannot understand your argument if you do not say it out loud. If you had simply asked, I would have been more than willing to explain.
Explain what?
The sounds Miss Hart heard may not necessarily be related to the case. What?
That is impossible. Enough of your excuses.
I was torturing someone. No. Was the voice that Miss Hart heard really that of Miss Crane? Such a shady conversation must have had something to do with the case. What did her voice sound like? Her voice? Well, it beats me. How was I supposed to know they were both using voice changers? Yes, the voices Miss Hart heard had been altered by a device. We must therefore question whether or not they have any bearing on this case. There's no voice changer that makes you talk in screams.
Huh.
I bet there is one out there somewhere. There's gotta be.
Yeah.
You need not object just because you wish to sigh.
Judge Courtney, it seems I have greatly overestimated you. No, Courtney is quite amazing, you see. You claim that the sounds Miss Hart heard have no bearing on this case. Even if they do not, it doesn't change the fact that the crime took place in the storeroom. At the very least, the crime must have occurred before the victim went up to the rooftop. The reason being, this evidence proves the crime occurred before the victim went up to the viewing platform. It's because they got blood on the hand.
Oh, yeah.
Diggity dang, bam, bam, bam. At first, I thought the person in the red raincoat was the culprit.
Oh, it's Kay.
Yeah.
Wow, she's talking out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Hart's testimony certainly made it sound that way.
Precisely. It was because she saw that the person's hand was covered in blood. Anyone who heard the testimony would have arrived at the same conclusion. The person in the red raincoat was the culprit, and the blood in their hands was the victim's. However, if the person in the red raincoat was the victim, then the situation changes completely. Since blood can be seen in this photo, it must have been taken after the crime occurred. Seems to have been under the wrong impression in regards to the victim's condition. This photo shows the true condition of the victim. Was still alive after the attack? Yeah, that's what makes sense. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Sure.
Because we're saying that the person in the photo in the jacket is the victim.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe that's blood on their hand. That's their own blood on their hands from
I'm pretty
an injury.
sure in the photo of her body, her hand, that hand is bloody.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think we can even chicka.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the left hand.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit!
I remember.
The victim
Still alive after the attack.
still alive after the attack. The victim was definitely attacked in the storeroom. Immediately afterward, the victim was seen with the blood on her hand. That must mean the victim was still alive even after she was attacked. The blood in her hand must have come from her own wound.
Like she grasped at it.
Yeah.
No way. You're saying that she died from a hand injury?
Oh my god.
No, that's not the case. I suspect she held her hand against the wound. It can't be seen in the photo, but at this moment, she must have already suffered a fatal wound. That's true, that changes a lot of things, you know. It seems you understand. This refutes the allegations against Kay. Kay encountered the victim after this picture was taken. I believe at that point in time, the victim was already on the verge of death. It's likely Kay just happened to be present when the victim reached the end of her strength.
That is quite the coincidence.
Indeed, I can only say that she was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, it seems you have forgotten a crucial fact.
Now you mean that, right? He was pretending that he hasn't noticed it, you see. What did you say? Are you implying that I forgot something? Courtney, I think it's about time you gave his last rites.
Hey, Pops. Justine's with me, you know. Don't order her around like that.
You know, even though you're my son, you're so embarrassing.
Oh!
I'm not embarrassing.
At least your
Sorry.
son's not ugly. Oh!
I'm sorry, but you're both rather embarrassing.
Justine, give Mr. Edgeworth his,
He just slides away. He just moonwalks away while doing that frame thing. Very well, I shall give him his last rites.
Okay, what did I forget, huh? Tell me what we forgot, huh?
When the body was found, there were 3 wounds in Miss Crane's chest. I'm sure you're well aware what kind of wounds these were, right? Yes, she was stabbed in the heart with the 3-pronged candelabra. Is there any person who could survive such an injury? Please take a close look at the autopsy report. Can you still say the same thing after reading it?
Yes.
Well done, Justine. With this, Mr. Edgeworth will.
I will offer a rebuttal, of course.
What? Why would you do that? Didn't you hear what Justine just said?
Of course, I did. And I still plan to object to it.
It's not fair. You're always opposing me at every turn.
That was never my intention to oppose you.
What? Huh? Really?
Simply not worth my time.
Oh, I see. So that's how it is. Yep. After all, I'm...
Oh god.
That's enough, you know. You're embarrassing your father, you see.
Huh? What do you mean, Pops?
Oh my god.
Oh, poor kid.
I love him.
He's got more air in his head than a bag of airheads. God damn. All right.
Like, he's to the point where he's so dumb it's lovable.
It is.
I want to protect him
For real.
from his own stupidity.
All right.
It's like, Sebastian, pick up Hooked on Phonics, okay?
If I'm correct, I have a thought here. Doesn't happen often, but I have a thought. So this says, please take a look at the autopsy report. Can you still say the same thing after reading it about, being able to survive a stab to the heart?
Yeah.
And I'd say yes, because we'll also note in the autopsy report, where is it? If I remember correctly, she had a head wound. Wait, the head wound was post-mortem. Shit. Hang on.
What?
Because my assumption would be that she got hit in the head first. But then, the stab was later on. The heart stab.
Oh. No,
but they're saying that the head wound was post-mortem. I'm still going to question it. According to the autopsy report, the stab wounds in the left chest caused the fatality.
Correct. The autopsy report itself is the foundation for my reasoning.
In other words, I just have to shout it out foundation, right?
Shout it out? Shout it out foundation!
Shout it out foundation!
I don't find that amusing at all. I look forward to seeing you try. Nevertheless, please take a close look at the autopsy report before you make a rebuttal. Show me that your reasoning is not just mere conjecture.
That might be it still, actually. Very well.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, be fine, Kay. There's nothing for you to worry about.
Aww.
Evidence that the victim was alive after the incident. If I can just find that, Kay will be... Okay, so... Okay, that was a weird thing for him to say. If you can find proof that the victim... For Edgeworth to say. To find proof that the victim was alive afterwards. That's what we gotta look for. Was proof that the victim was alive. But what would that be? That's a maybe. Because it says that there was
Fingerprints?
There were fingerprints and blood was found on the hood. So that would
from getting hit on the head.
Exactly, and if it was post-mortem, that shouldn't be the case? No, I feel like I'm on the right path, but I'm not sure what the correct way is to attack it. Because I think we need to go with...
She was a zombie.
Oh, Christ. Where was the, Where was the, one that said everything?
Are you gonna go with the autopsy report?
I think I'm going to, and I'm gonna go with the fact that... Wait, when was the... What was the time of death? We don't have... well...
Just late.
It was sometime between late last night and midnight, but... the keycard record says that it was used at 12:52, which was an hour after the latest death time.
Oh,
so,
time keycard record.
Yes, but do I present that or do I present the... no, I should present the keycard record.
Keycard shows she was still alive.
That's
or not.
God damn it! We might be too fast on this one. Okay, I'm gonna just... I hate that we're on the right track, but we have the wrong things.
Wrong order. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna present the autopsy report back, and then watch that not be it at all. But I will present the autopsy report back at you. That's not it. God.
I was gonna say it wouldn't make sense for the autopsy report to be presented to her talking about the autopsy.
I thought it'd be one of those situations where we point out what it was in the autopsy report that would contradict it, but...
Mr. Edgeworth?
We'll be fine. Sounds for you to worry about. Evidence that the victim was alive after the incident. If I can just find that, Kay will be fine. Unless I present it to the wrong spot. Like, would I put the keycard one on that?
What was the next one?
It's the autopsy report one that we've been focused on, because that seems like the one to focus on. Well, you know what?
Maybe maybe the time card to that. Because it shows that she survived.
That is going to be our thought process, and we'll find out if that's correct next time.
Oh my god.
Because I'm going to double check to make sure we don't lose any more life.
Yeah, guys, please bear with us.
Please. It's the one thing that can be difficult with some of these games sometimes, that we know the track we need to go on because the evidence all stacks together to build the picture, but we don't know the way they want us to get there.
Yes.
In the end. That's the hardest part, is we understand what they're asking, but we don't know how to get to that conclusion. The hardest part is
navigating the path.
It really is. Sorry, everybody.
Like, we can see the finish line, but we don't know which roads to take.
Nope, I never know.